Let's talk about the DJI Range Finder. Welcome back to the channel. Before we begin, there's a few things that I need to point out. I have been a user of DJI products for a good while. I think the company has come a very long way from the OG drones they used to make. I currently own a Mavic 3 Classic and it's simply one of the best drones money can buy, with mad specs and unbelievable footage coming out of it. I also own an RS3 Pro, which is the one I've been using with my pocket cinema camera 6K G2. The gimbal is just so well built and super easy to balance. I was looking into the DJI Range Finder because I own a bunch of manual cinema glass and I wanted to use it with my pocket cinema camera 6K instead of using the manual focus on the gimbal, which works well, I have to say, but you just need to get used to it. The screen in the Pocket 6K is super big and bright and very easy to keep things in focus, but you can't compete with having out of focus. So the first thing I noticed is that although it works well with manual focus lenses like the Samyang lenses with the hard stop I have, sadly there's no way to manually set the stop points in the focus ring, and that effectively prevents you from using photo lenses like the Tamron 2470. Because it doesn't have a hard stop, the lidar can't be calibrated, so that's a bit setback on using this with photography lenses. After countless hours researching online on how to bypass this, let's call error in the design of the rangefinder, I found out that Small Rig is doing a focus ring that can be attached to still lenses. People use them generally when you're using a follow focus system, but the Small Rig one actually has two little attachments that can effectively be used as hard stops. So basically the way you would go about it is that you set your lens manually, find the closest focusing distance, attach the little bracket, and find the furthest focusing distance and attach the second bracket. So then you put your follow focus within that range and boom, you have a still lens with hard stops. So I thought to myself, this is the solution. Now I can truly use my DJI rangefinder with my to-go lens 24-70mm. So sadly, after numerous attempts, I have to say this does not work. I mean, you can make it work sometimes, but it's in no way reliable. I would not risk using this setup on a job because the way the calibration works. It tries to go to the end and hit the hard stop, and then tries to go to the beginning of the focus ring and hit the hard stop. If the focus ring skips a few teeth, which is something that can happen, you've effectively have a system that has measured the wrong focus throw of the lens, and every time this happens, your lens will not be able to focus properly. So at the moment, the current solution will be to buy a cinema zoom lens like the Sigma 18-35 T2 Zine or the Picture Zoom 20-55 2.8 Black EF. Those lenses are quite expensive and at the moment, sadly, I can't afford them. So in conclusion, this is the first time DJI has let me down. I think they can definitely fix this issue by allowing us to manually set the endpoints so we could calibrate still lenses with the DJI rangefinder. Until we get that firmware update, I'm stuck with a very fancy piece of equipment that sadly I can't use on my day-to-day filming activities. So a bit of housekeeping. In order to make these videos, I require resources. So if you would like to support the channel, there's a few ways you can do that. The main one, it's free. Just hit the like button and share the video. You can also head down to the video description. I have referral links to buy the loot packs I use when grading my videos. This fancy loot pack, it's made by Gamut. It's called Kinetic. It's one of the sexiest teal and orange loots you can get at the moment, and it's not all they have. They have conversion loots to make your DJI log footage into Rec 709. They also have the ones for Blackmagic RAW Gen 5 and previous versions too. So you're guaranteed that your footage will look always great from the get-go. And the best part is you can use the LUTs in tangent. So first you apply the conversion LUTs on top of your log footage, and then on top of that you can use a stylistic look like the Kinetic pack. Lastly, I have the merch shop where you can buy posters of my photography, and that really helps me with the creation of more videos like this. So that's it for now. Thanks for tuning in to the channel. I would love to hear what you think about the DJI Lidar Range Finder. Do you own it? Have you used it? Or are you considering buying it?